And we are back with another one. Ladies and gentlemen, no, that's Desktop Bodybuilding's beginning. I don't want to steal his intro. It's funny, the YouTube channels have all their little beginnings. Nick Strength and Power, all right, you guys. I guess a couple of them don't really. Greg Doucette just starts talking in the middle of a sentence. I think Bodybuilding and BS kind of does the same thing. Just begins the video like that. But anyway, hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle. This is the top 4 New York Pro. To make a long story short, or to make a short story long. That's generally what that means. I'm going to give you guys my, who I think won, who I think placed second, third, and fourth. And I'm not going to use any, Blessing won, I have to pick him in certain shots. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this, whether you agree or disagree, and I'm sure by now you guys are used to that. I do, however, like Blessing in this front double bicep shot. I also like Maxx Charles. Andrea Presti, not bad. Theo just does not seem to have the condition of the other 3 gentlemen, with all due respect. Hey, this is the top 4. We do have this angle here, which is putting Maxx Charles in the center, which, I'll be honest with you, it's doing him no favors. He might be in good condition, separated abs, good bicep peaks, but compared to Andrea Presti and, of course, Blessing Awodibu. Awodibu. Anyway, compared to those two Hostettlers, I mean, Max is getting third. I was thinking maybe even getting the win in that first comparison, but that's why there's a couple of different shots here. Andrea Presti, he's battling Blessing in this one. I think the vacuum pose might get Blessing up over the edge. And Theo, like I said, good solid physique, big dude, all the way big dude. But thin skin, things of that nature, he might be last in line in that situation. Go to the front lat spread. And it does look like another shot for Blessing. Awodibu, he looks tremendous as far as muscle separation is concerned, things of that nature. Plus that little tiny wee waistline. It seems him and Andrea Presti are the most conditioned two from the front. And it could be a battle between Maxx Charles and Theo Leguerrier. I apologize. And I don't know. Actually, they'll bring Max to the center, and that gives us a closer shot of Max and Theo, side by each. And Theo kind of getting ripped off here a little bit, the angle of the shot. So I did look at a couple other pictures, and he doesn't look too bad, I think he might be doing enough, in particular in the wheels. Certain shots, Theo looked great. He just maybe didn't flex them at all times. But in this shot, I think he racks up pretty good against Max. And I still would wager to say that vacuum pose, the tiny wee waistline for Blessing. I mean, the guy's tremendous. I think that's 2 victories in a row, both front shots I've given him. Andrea right there beside him, though. Turned to the side, and this is where Presti impressed me. And so does Theo Leguerrier. This guy's awesome. Look at the hanging hamstrings on both of the dudes. And Max and Blessing, both last in line on that. A little bit of lack of size for Blessing and lack of condition and separation for Maxx Charles. Upper body, hey, I got no problem with him, but hey. Bring Max to the center. Does that do him any favors? No, the wheels just kind of stick out. To me. And other people judge these ones different. In particular, when you get a 4-way matchup, you can kind of end up sounding ridiculous. Because if you're focused on one thing too much, you're putting somebody last when some of you guys have them first. Andrea Presti, I think his condition, plus, some size, the pecs. Not a huge fan of the tattoos in bodybuilding. I'm not saying I don't like tattoos, period. But in bodybuilding, might not be the best thing. But Theo looks tremendous too. Might even give him second prize. And poor Max might get last in this one. Turn to the side, or you're already to the side. Go to the side tricep. Andrea Presti. Not the best position for him. He's got good condition, but I mean, got to draw the line somewhere. Max! Look at Max. Lower body or not. This time, actually, his legs look just as good as Andrea. I think when a bodybuilder knows it's not their best pose, they phone it in with everything else. Bring Maxx to the center. Is Maxx still winning this one? Wow. Looks pretty good. Now, Theo looks awesome. He's winning in the tricep. Blessing, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to hit the front on one, which is his best bet. But let's face it, it's not a side tricep per se. Is that a word per se? Anyway, Theo looking strong in this one. I think Maxx might be doing enough as far as the thin skin condition, though. Kudos to Maxx, guys. No spring chicken. Turn around. And Blessing Awodibu. He's your champion. He took criticism. Not the strongest in the lag department. Cover their upper bodies up, though. And I've done this before, and Blessing might have been last in line, but, Maxx has no real glutes to speak of. Good hamstrings, maybe the best. And Andrea, lack of size. Looks a little bit skimpy. Got some glutes, but, come on. And Theo, last in line as far as condition is concerned. So you're going to really focus on the back. And Blessing has the best back. Theo looks pretty good here. Now, let's bring Maxx to the center. And him and Andrea Presti, with all due respect, condition seems to be good at the backs, but just a little uneven. And that is very drawn out in this. Surprised, the legs, the wheels are not bigger for Andrea Presti from behind. Theo looks huge. Maybe the least condition, but, my soul. You got to draw the line somewhere as far as size. That guy's as big as a house. And an awesome back development as well. Look at Theo. Little drier. And he might even catch Blessing in this. But I like Blessing's back development. I would say by far the best. And between Andrea and Maxx, what are you going to do? Go to the rear double by. Both arms, Louis. Both arms. Moham? Really? Moham? Well, of course he's going to look at both arms. He doesn't really have to look at them. But anyway. It's a little inside joke here. Andrea Presti, he switched it up, changed it around, and this guy's rear double by is actually a strong pose. Never mind the rear lat. And it's funny, and I often see this, his legs they're better. He's flexing them harder, his glutes, because he knows it's his shot. Sometimes when they know it's a weak shot for them, they phone it in. Maxx looks pretty good here too. Not too bad. A little shallow. Anyway, go to the next comparison. It's good to have these ones. Is Blessing still winning this one? Is it a takeaway for him? I don't know, man. I don't know. Andrea Presti, he looks a little bit better conditioned and a similar back development. So, it's mathematical, right? That could give me some enemies. Third place, I would say, goes to Theo. He's just much better in the back development than Maxx Charles. Maxx looks better in the hamstrings, sure. But the glute situation, I don't know. Close. Abs and thigh. And this match, honestly, was close. Every pose, it was a competitive top four. And you usually don't see that at these shows. It generally goes to one or two guys, in which case, most of the time, it's dominant for that one guy. Love the vacuum pose for Blessing. Andrea, he just would not hit the pose. Double arm. And I like to have a double arm. Bring Maxx to the center. Is Maxx winning the abs and thigh? I don't know. I don't think he's doing enough to beat Blessing. Blessing has more ab separation. He has a gnarly physique. Better V-taper as well. But Maxx, an easy second, if not first. And Theo, no, he's not the most conditioned, and I do not like to award the least conditioned man anything, but I think he was doing enough to beat Andrea Presti. Most muscular, Big Maxx. Maxx, all the way. He stood there from the front. The guy's tremendous pecs, abs, delts, arms. Guy's awesome. And I would wager to say, even before we look at the other one, he's winning. Crab position for Andrea and Blessing. Blessing, not that impressive in the most muscular, and Theo's huge. Bring Max to the center, and he's not even hitting the pose, and he's the best. Look at that. And this is a toss-up between the other three. I mean, you could pick either three for the winner. The size, of course, Theo's huge. He's as big as a house. Andrea's smaller, much smaller, but more condition, more separation. So it's right there as a toss-up. Probably give it to Presti between them two. But then you get the gnarly physique. It's a crab position. Keep that in mind. So he's going to look smaller. And he's got a lot of detail, a lot of three-dimensional muscle. Does blessing. Maybe a toss-up, to be honest with you, Pie Pants, for the second place and the most muscular. I think Maxx Charles is a standout. And after I tabulated the votes, I just want to say to you guys, I'm not here to make any enemies with you guys. Because whenever I do a 4-way or watch somebody else do a 4 or 5-way comparison bodybuilding, it is very difficult to pick a winner and a loser in that many gentlemen on the lineup when all 4 are pretty even. So anyway, having said that, in 4th place I have Theo Leguerrier. He gets 4th, and hey, I think he deserved his placing that he got at the New York Pro. I think it was kudos to him to get into that pack. So, outstanding job. And in 3rd place, we have Maxx Charles. So I guess the placings so far have been correct. Anyway, that's pretty specious reasoning. Is that correct? I don't think so. Anyway, in 2nd place, Andrea Presti. So it was correct, guys. I honestly had the 3 guys, Andrea, Max, and Theo, 1 point between them. 1 point. And your winner is blessing Awodibu. And this guy here actually placed ahead a decent amount of all of them. So I guess he did deserve the win as far as Mark's Max Muscle is concerned. Mark's Max Muscle here. If you want a video, you gotta request it 25 times. Or win a poll on Friday fan request when I do get back to them. Anyway, guys, hit thumbs up on this video. Like I said, I'm not here to pick a fight with anybody. And to be honest with you, there was straightforward judging, and I guess everyone was correct. Hit thumbs up, subscribe. Have a good day.